I have completely ruined my life. Absolutely ruined it. There's no going back. I can't go back. It's finished. And the craziest part is that many of you may be thinking, oh, is he depressed? Oh, did he lose his job? Oh, did something happen to his specific circumstances that made him feel like this? And yeah, I'm not surprised why you think that way if you're new to this channel, but that's not the case. I ruined my entire life by thinking. If you're familiar with my channel, then you already know what I'm talking about. I thought too much, and many of you have also thought too much. We question things too much, and now things will never be the same. I was about to say things are never going to go back to normal, but what we initially experienced, that wasn't normal. That's the whole point. And I don't even know if I should feel depressed by this or if I should feel angered. I'm not even exactly sure what emotion to feel. But anyways, on to more important matters. I want you guys to think about this. Wouldn't it make more sense if there was nothing instead of something? I thought about this really deeply last night, and the fact that there's something instead of nothing is completely ridiculous and doesn't really make sense to me. Here's what I mean by that. This grass right here, right? I can't just make grass appear out of thin air. There has to be something that causes it to happen. And look at the sky. There can't just be a random explosion in the sky. There has to be something that causes that explosion to happen. And look at the universe. You would think it'd also be the same thing. There has to be something that caused that thing to, be here, the universe. But that's the thing that no one can explain. It's just here. There's no reason why it's here. There's no scientific explanation. You see, science can only explain how things developed. It doesn't explain how things actually initially occurred, okay? Like, science can explain black holes and stars and all that, but science cannot explain how the hell did this universe even come in here? How the hell is this universe a thing? It can't explain that. And think about how vast this universe is, right? It's ridiculously vast. We think this Earth is big. The universe is that times infinity. I mean, it's just infinitely expanding. And to me, that just makes no sense how something like that can even be a thing. And how can any of this even be a thing? What the hell even made any of this? But I will say, my opinion on God is starting to change. Before, I was absolutely certain that there is no God and that this is all just random. But now, I'm not really 100% sure. Now, hear me out. I'm not saying I believe in God. What I'm saying is, the universe is already ridiculous and absurd. Like, it's just completely random. And even though there's no logical explanation behind it, it's still here, right? Wouldn't that mean that there are things that can just exist and be a thing, even if they don't have any sort of logical explanation, even if it logically doesn't make sense? Now, I'm not saying, there's a God again, but I'm saying that there could be anything at this point. Like, this entire thing that we call life, that we call the universe, the fact that anything even exists, it's all, mind-blowing. It's all just insane. So wouldn't something even more insane, like God, wouldn't it be like something that's plausible? I'm just saying. Now, here's where I differ from differ. Did I say that word correctly? Differ? I don't know. Here's where I differ from other people, obviously people that believe in religion. If there is a God, he's not what you guys think he is. He's not like how you guys are, you know, in your books, in the Quran, in the Bible. God is not that, you know, God, that's not what God is. If there is a God, then I'm not going to say he's evil, but I'm going to say that he definitely likes to experiment with things. Maybe he just created this entire thing as some sort of cosmic joke, an experiment. I don't think that God, if he actually exists, I don't think that he cares about us. You know, I don't think he loves us. He doesn't even care about this entire world if he does exist. He just created this thing, and you know, maybe I should create a species that has consciousness, and not just one species, but billions of species, and put them all on this rock, and let's just see what happens, just for fun. I'm saying that it's actually a plausible thing now that I think about it. I can't even say 100% anymore that there is no God. I just can't. Now, again, God is not this loving being, you know, even if he does exist. If he was, then obviously the world wouldn't be like the way it is today. It wouldn't. It would be a pretty good place to live, but quite clearly it's not. This is all just a cosmic joke, isn't it? It's all a joke. This entire universe has no reason to even be a thing. And the thing is, it wasn't even always a thing. It wasn't always a thing. Something initially happened. And that's one thing I'm not really too certain. I think that science did say that it's about 13 billion years old. I'm not too certain about that, but how did it even occur? People talk about big bangs, but again, like I said in the beginning, you can't just have a big bang out of nowhere. How can there be an explosion if there's nothing? Makes no sense whatsoever. And the thing is, this is not something that's even worth debating about. Oh, it's because of God. Oh no, it's because of science. I'm not doing that, because none of us have an answer. All we have is just beliefs, and those beliefs don't matter, because we're all gonna die. And then once we all die, this universe is just going to continue indefinitely. And that's the haunting part. The universe is just so indifferent. Like, we're on this tiny rock worrying about stupid things like, oh, does my hair look good today? Oh my God, look at my shoes. Oh my God, did I get enough likes on that video, on that Instagram post? We're worrying about stupid things that we made up. And then we're all just gonna die, and then the universe is just gonna continue without us. Like, it's like the universe is like, man, what the hell are they doing? Not my problem. And then we just die, and then it just continues on and on. Like, and once you see this stuff, man, you just can't unsee it. You can't. I can never unsee it. I zoomed out too much. Everyone else is so zoomed in. All they see is this world and these earthly things that shouldn't really be that important. So ridiculous. Oh, how do I get a job? Oh, LinkedIn. Oh, I have to connect with people so I can get a job. Oh, bills are coming. It's like, this game is absurd. And it's not even just absurd for the fact that it causes suffering. It's absurd just by being a thing. This entire planet is literally just a cosmic joke. There's no explanation behind why any of this is a thing. It just doesn't make sense to me. Why is there something instead of nothing? It's terrifying. It's horrifying, to be honest. But it's not even something that, again, I don't even know if I should feel depressed, or I'm just confused. I'm just absolutely confused why life and why anything even exists. And at this point, it's pretty much all I think about. It's all I think about, literally. I can't even go a single day without thinking about how ridiculous and absurd everything is. And I'm not even talking about, wah, the job market sucks, wah, the system sucks, wah. I'm not talking about that. I'm not. I mean, I have talked about it numerous times, but that's not what I mean. I mean just the fact that this entire game exists, and even outside of this game, what the hell is the point in anything else in this universe even existing? It's just there. Like, it's just there doing nothing. It's like you're playing a video game and there's a server, but it says 0 out of 25 players, but the server is still there. Why is the server still there? You know, shouldn't it just be shut down? This entire life and everything about this universe makes no sense. And the reason why I ruined my life is because I became too self-aware and I didn't even get any benefits out of it. There's no benefit to this, guys. You know, a lot of us, we think we're smarter than, you know, normies. We think, oh, we're self-aware, look at us. We found out the truth. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're the same as them. There's no benefit to this self-awareness. Yeah, you realize that this entire life is just a game, that this entire world is pointless and it's just a game, and you know, it doesn't really mean anything. But here's the thing: you can't opt out of this game even after you realize that it's just a game. We're going to be doing the same things that normies do. Work jobs, you know, worry about bills, worry about all this stuff, even though we already know that all this stuff is pretty much just pointless. Like, it's just a game, right? We know that it doesn't really mean anything. Well, it's not supposed to mean anything. But again, there's consequences to not playing the game. It's like we're stuck in a world that we know just doesn't belong to us. The thing about people that are asleep is that they don't think about this. The only thing they think about is their own circumstances, which is completely fine. I'm not saying you have to think about the universe. I'm not saying you have to think deep. You don't have to. And honestly, I advise you not to. Like, I look at a lot of these trolls on my channel sometimes. I mean, before I deleted my comment section, I saw these troll comments and haters, and honestly, like, they would say things like, oh, you're just depressed, just hit the gym, man, you just need to make money, you just need a girlfriend. And honestly, at first I was annoyed, but I'm envious of these people because they're still asleep. They still think that, you know, well, I can't say they still think the game matters, because the game does matter. It isn't supposed to, but, you know, the fact that we exist in it, you know, there's consequences to not playing it again. We have to play it. But they don't even recognize that it's just a game. This entire thing, it's everything to them. I don't even think these people ever go through an existential crisis. They just see everything and think, oh, it's just normal. Like, it doesn't creep them out that all of this exists for no real reason. That we just play the game out pointlessly and then we just die. Like, none of this matters to them, right? And that's why I'm envious of them. Because once you see too deeply into this, there's no going back. It's all you're going to think about, or the vast majority of what you're going to think about. And it makes playing the game way harder. Way harder. Even though you still have to play the game. All it does is make it more difficult. Like normies, for example, right? People that don't think too deeply. They don't mind the fact that this entire thing called work is soul crushing. They don't mind. And even if they do, you're right? The usual things they say is, oh, I hate having to work 40 hours a week. They don't really talk about things that go deeper than that. You know, it's mainly just surface level. All they really talk about is surface level things like, oh, it doesn't pay me enough. Oh, I don't like the job. I mean, they don't even talk about all of the other soul-crushing aspects about work. Like how you have to fake smiles and, you know, pretend to make a living. You know, the fact that you can do an interview and if you're neurodivergent or if you're just not confident, if you're not extroverted, the fact that You know, you could get rejected from a job just because of that. Like the fact that depending on who you are as a person, that gives you advantages and disadvantages. They don't care about that. They don't care about how disgustingly unfair this world is. They just see it as normal. And for example, right, I saw this post on Reddit where this guy was talking about how he had a job interview and he was complaining. I mean, he wasn't complaining, but he got rejected. And the reason why he got rejected was because they said, oh, you weren't confident enough. And everyone in that comment section was like, just work on your confidence. Here's how you do this. Here's how you do that. You know, study your things. You know, you have to be confident if you want to get a job, man. Can't stutter, right? It doesn't matter if you're neurodivergent. It doesn't matter if you're, you know, socially anxious. You just have to keep chasing, you know, you just have to keep trying to be confident even when you're just naturally not confident. It's like, doesn't that just prove how stupid this all is? The fact that you have to try to change the way you naturally are because the way you naturally are isn't good enough. It's ridiculous, right? We need jobs to make money. We need money to eat food. Why should being confident have anything to do with that? How is that even a factor, bro? Like, we literally need money. Oh, you don't deserve to make money. You're not confident enough. Oh, you don't deserve to make money. You're not yeah, I don't know. It's just so stupid. You're not extroverted enough. Does anyone else see how ridiculous that is? It's like most normies, they don't see this. Even the ones that do have social anxiety, even the ones that are neurodivergent, a lot of them are still asleep. They don't question how ridiculous it is for them to have to, you know, change themselves and be a specific way because their normal self is not enough. And one other example I want to give, the gym. Now, here's the thing about the gym, right? The gym used to be one of my favorite hobbies. And I always try to tell myself it's because I like seeing progress, I like getting stronger. But I had to face the truth. The gym is kind of a shallow place. The gym, and here's what I mean by that, right? Every single person in a gym, every single one of them are in there because they want to be more attractive. How do you become more attractive? By lifting weights and getting muscle, of course. Every single person. It doesn't matter if they say, oh, I'm doing it for myself. No, you're not. No, you're not. If you were the only person on earth, you would not be going to the gym. You would not. You're doing it because deep down you crave that validation from others. You crave it. Every single person in the gym, you know, that's exactly how they are, right? And people that are skinny, they want to become muscular. People that are fat, they want to become skinnier. And it's like the world's telling them the way you are is not good enough, and that's why they go to the gym. Now you might say, it's because of health reasons. No, that's the secondary reason. Yes, I agree. People, you know, you're going to be more accepted into the society if you fit the standard of beauty, and that means muscles. Like, a girl is not going to want to date a guy that's 400 pounds. She's going to want to date a guy with a six-pack, more likely. And that's when I kind of realized, like, this entire gym thing, it just feels so weird being surrounded by a bunch of people that are only doing something, you know, just for shallow, superficial validation. So what I started doing is I stopped going to the gym, and I got my own dumbbells. And usually I just do body weight fitness, but I kind of just stopped doing, you know, the whole gym thing because I just feel very uncomfortable in that environment now. Like, you got people, you know, taking selfies in the gym. You got people like walking by the mirrors and checking themselves out, flexing in the mirror. It's like every single person there is like, oh, am I hot enough? Oh yes, I'm getting muscle. I'm becoming more attractive. Yes. It's like, it's just such a shallow environment. So that's my hot take on the gym. I always wonder if there is any way for me to go back to ignorance. I really wonder. I tried so many things. I tried. Talking to people doesn't help. Matter of fact, all it does is make me see how absurd this world is. Wow. All it does is make me see how absurd this world is even more. Because every single time you talk to someone, it's just, again, a performance. a performance, man. And one thing I always really hated about this whole thing about making friends, socializing, meeting new people is that this is going to be so ridiculous, but has anyone else noticed that this entire awkwardness stage of making friends, right, where you're initially meeting the person, the thing is, you're mainly thinking about, oh, am I being, interesting enough? Oh, am I being cool enough? Oh, are we getting along? You're hoping for a natural click if you try to meet new people and try to make friends. That's what your mind is so focused on, right? Because we're all so desperate for friends and connections. Like, in my opinion, the best friendships that you could have are the ones that just happen by coincidence. You just naturally vibe. And it's not where you go intentionally looking for friends. It's where friends just happen. But so many people in this society, how do I make friends, guys? I'm lonely, I need friends. And then they try to meet new people, and then they go through this awkward stage because, again, it's forcing a friendship. A lot of these people you try to force friendships with, it's not going to work out. It's not. And I don't even see the point in it. My mindset has always been, if it doesn't happen naturally by coincidence, then it's just not going to happen. Because I'm not going to waste my time looking for friends. The heck? Why would I waste my time? Oh, does he like me? Oh, wait, that sounds kind of... does he like my personality? Oh, am I being cool enough? Like, that's what I'm going to be thinking about if I intentionally go out of my way to make friends. That's BS. That's complete BS. That's called forcing. And that's what so many people in this society do. Or they try to meet people that have similar hobbies, and they're like, oh, this person has the same hobby as me, so therefore we might actually become friends. But that's not the case. It's not about hobbies. It's about being able to naturally just click, okay? Or that's how it should be. But no. How do I make friends? Oh my god, I'm lonely. It's ridiculous, man. But anyways, back to the original topic, because I feel like, wait, how the hell did I get to talking about the gym and friendships and socializing? How the hell did I talk about that when I was initially talking about the universe? I don't know, but anyways, I was talking about self-awareness, right? So if you're self-aware like me, again, there's no reward for it. The universe, the world is not going to say, you're self-aware, you don't have to play this game, you figured out that it's a game. You can break the fourth wall, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, because guess what? You're still going to be stocking them shelves. You're still going to be on that, in that office cubicle, looking at Excel spreadsheets. If you work in a warehouse, you're still going to be moving them packages. It doesn't matter. And the thing is, everyone else that sees you, they just think, oh, that's just a normal person. If you're not physically, if you don't look physically unwell, you're just going to be seen as, oh, it's just another person. No one's going to see that self-awareness. Most of us are never going to talk about this with anyone. We're all by ourselves. We are. We're all by ourselves, and that's the horrifying part, right? And the reason why I'm saying it's horrifying is because when you're too self-aware, it feels like this entire world and universe was created just to punish you. Like, when you're around everyone that's asleep, right? When everyone around you is asleep, it feels like, this is an entire joke. And, you're the joke here. You're the butt of the joke. You see something that everyone else doesn't see. And it's terrifying, man. It's horrific. We're still going to be doing the same things as everyone else. Paying bills, groceries, gas. The thing is, this world is cruel, dude. This world is absolutely cruel. And when you realize it, when you peel back all the layers, this is the reason why I'm saying there actually might be some sort of God, right? Because when you peel back all the layers, everything is so complex, and it feels like it was intended to be this complex to create suffering. Why can I feel pain? Why do I need food to be a thing? Why do I need food? The fact that we need food and water to survive, because if we don't get that, we're gonna obviously die and suffer. And you know, and that in turn, that then leads to money. Now you can't even get that without money. It's like everything is just layered on top of on top of each other for the sole purpose of just suffering. It's insane. Self-awareness, what did that lead to? It led to things like language, civilizations, you know, writing, reading, books. All of that led to even more complicated things. It's like, this is all one cosmic joke. This is a pathetic joke. And once you see how absurd everything is, right, this entire life becomes unbearable. It already was unbearable because we have to work jobs and do this and that. But once you see how absurd it is, it becomes 10 times more. No, not even 10 times. It becomes 1,000,000 times more unbearable. It does. So again, for you people that, you know, hate me and dislike all my videos, I'm envious of you guys. Please do not become like the rest of us. I don't want to see you guys in a few years saying, tragic reality, you were right all along. Please don't be that guy. Please just be a normie. Please, man. For your own sake, please do not become like me. If you're someone that is, you know, that usually responds with stuff like, bro, just make more money, keep thinking that way. Please keep thinking that way. Please do not zoom out. Please don't. I actually had one guy one guy actually said, tragic reality, I used to dislike your videos, but now I actually kind of agree with what you're saying. Something kind of changed in me. This is a while ago, like a few months ago. And I didn't feel happy reading that comment. I hearted the comment, obviously. I did not feel happy reading it. Because that man or woman, that person's cooked. They're cooked. Their life is also ruined. Once you see it, your life is over. You can't go back. I mean, I'm not saying your life is literally over. Obviously, you know, you can still enjoy things. Like, I can't say that I don't enjoy sitting on this field in some nice weather, right? I can't say I don't enjoy it. But the feeling of, you know, once you see all this BS, right? Once you see it, it's always going to be in the back of your head. You could be playing a video game, you could be eating some nice food, you could be playing sports, and you're still gonna, you know, be thinking, this is all pointless. You're still gonna be thinking that. And it makes life unbearable. You have a conversation with someone, yo man, what's up? How have you been, man? The moment that conversation starts, you're gonna be like, why am I doing this, man? What's the point of this? Like, why? This is a game. It's going to be, you know, something you're going to be thinking no matter what you do. You can't escape. You can't escape these thoughts. So what do I encourage you guys to do? Laugh about this nonsense, because it's nonsense. When something's a joke, you're supposed to laugh. That's obvious. This entire life is a joke. This entire universe is a joke. It's a cosmic joke that none of us will ever be able to explain. So laugh about it, man. Laugh about how absurd this is. Because what else can you do? What the hell else can you do, really? But anyways, I feel like I kind of rambled on and on in this video. I don't even know why I decided to make this video, for real, because usually I've just been doing those voiceovers. But it was such a nice day outside, and I came here and I'm like, I have a lot to say, so I'm gonna say it. One thing I want to say real quick also is a few days ago I was playing a video game, a PvP video game, and I'm not gonna say what video game it was, but it's a 5v5 video game. You probably already know what it is just by me saying that. But so I was in a lobby, and this guy in the game, he was on my team. This is surreal. He said tragic reality, because that was my username. He's like, is that a reference to that Doomer guy on YouTube? My reaction to that was, wow. 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 That's insane. And I didn't even tell him at the moment. I was just like, yeah, that's me. But I thought about it more, deeply after that interaction, after that game. I'm like, did a random guy from a video game that has millions of players just recognize me? Like, what? And not only that, here's the even more absurd part, right? When I told him that, yeah, I am Tragic Reality, he didn't believe me. He literally said, I had bet my entire life that that's not you. Insane, dude. Isn't this insane how people think that YouTubers are these, I don't even know, like they think they're these aliens that don't exist in the real world. Apparently, I can't play a video game. Like, I don't understand. I mean, I'm not saying I'm upset or angry by what he said. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying, why is that hard to believe? I only have 11,000 subs, and yet these people are talking as if I'm some sort of celebrity. No, you can't be Tragic Reality. You can't be. Like, what the hell are you talking about? You're talking as if you just saw like Justin Bieber or something. Like, you're talking as if you saw a celebrity. No, all you saw was a dude that just complains about this BS life on YouTube. That's all you saw. But to me, that was just absolutely absurd, because there's people literally treating me like I'm a celebrity. What do I do in my daily life? Work a job I hate, you know, cope, you know, a little bit of this, if you catch my drift, a little bit of this. I mean, why are people talking as if I'm some sort of important person? And even if I was some sort of, you know, A-list celebrity, even then it's like, can people that are celebrities or even have a little bit of fame not do normal things? Like play a video game? What the heck? And I don't even know why I brought that up, but it does kind of make me feel a little bit afraid, because I hate being in the spotlight. I hate having people know who I am. I hate having people, you know, obviously I like the idea of YouTube. I like the fact that I can make money through videos, through just rambling. But I also hate it at the same time. I don't like how someone can just say, oh, is that you? The fact that I could actually just go somewhere random on this entire earth and someone's gonna recognize me, I hate that. I hate it. I'm not doing YouTube because I want people to look at me. I want people to, you know, I'm not doing YouTube because I want to be recognized. World, pay attention to me. I'm so important. I have a lot to say. I'm not doing it for that nonsense. I'm doing it because it's the only way to really escape, even, you know, at the moment for me. It provides me with a couple $100 a month, and that helps me. It helps me beat the game a bit. Obviously, if it helped me pay $5,000 a month, obviously it never will, but if I was making, you know, good money from YouTube, I would still hate YouTube anyways, because it's not about the passion. It's about, how do I survive on this trash planet? I mean, you can't do anything without money, that's obvious. So my idea, my thinking is, what's a way I can make money that's, you know, not miserable? What's a way I can make money that doesn't crush my soul? And it's YouTube. Even though I don't really care about it, it's all for the money. That's it. I'm only doing this for money. I'm not saying that, you know, the things I say are, you know, not what I really believe. I believe everything I say. But in my ideal world, all of these things should just be kept inside of my head, because no one's ever going to understand it. And I'm not saying no one's going to understand it, you know, as if I'm some sort of special person and I'm unique. No, I'm saying that no one will ever be able to understand how other people perceive this life. You can't. You can't. Even if we have the same viewpoint, we can't understand what it's like to be someone else. So in my ideal world, I would never be doing this nonsense. Give me $10 million, I would delete my channel right now. So yes, I saw a few people, you know, a few weeks ago before I deleted my comments, someone was like, oh, this guy only does it for money. Yeah, I do. Yeah, I do it for money. What are you gonna do about it, dude? Like, what is the point people make here? Yes, I'm doing it for money. And I also work a regular job, 40 hours a week. And I hate it. I hate all of this. In my ideal world, we wouldn't even need to eat food. We wouldn't need to drink water. You know, we could just exist. And that would completely reduce the need for jobs and money and all of that nonsense. We could just be ghosts pretty much. Or maybe there could be some sort of way where food and water could be, like for example, it could be put into some sort of pill where we only need 1 pill a day and it, you know, it meets our nutritional needs. Where everyone can get that pill. You know, it matches all your fiber needs, your protein needs, your carbs, your sugar, your sodium. It matches everything. It's just in one tiny pill. Wouldn't that be incredible? But that's not the world. All we can do is imagine things. All we can do is just fantasize, because the actual world itself, it's miserable. It's absolutely and utterly miserable. This world is a joke. And you know, with that being said, one thing I really love doing, you know, is dreaming, fantasizing, imagining, daydreaming, whatever you want to call it. All I do, I lay down, you know, occasionally some of this, but I don't really need that. Turn on some music. You know, my preferred choice of music these days is metal. Turn on some, I don't know, Slayer, Iron Maiden, doesn't matter. Turn on some music and my mind is going to be drifting into another dimension. None of this world's problems matter at that moment. None. That's what I love, man. I love doing this, man. It's the perfect form of escapism. I can imagine anything I want, and for that moment, it feels real. It feels real. Even though it's temporary, at least it's a brief moment of escape. It's a brief moment where a world I desire, a good world, actually exists, and it feels like it exists. But then obviously we wake up back here, and yeah. Thank you guys for listening to what I have to say. This entire life is a joke, and I'm gonna just sit here and think for a while.